Welcome back, Bird. The Redline is still undefeated, so they don't have to change the title of the game yet.
Hell yeah. Welcome back to my kidnapped story writing problem that I'm doing instead of focusing on Act 4 of my story because I can't stop myself. It is a lot of fun. I do really enjoy looking like reading this. Anyway,
just giving yourself a nice gradual time release capsule distraction from anything else you want to do.
Yeah, sounds great. It's I really should be more focused on my thing though.
Yeah.
Well. Like I'll just see comments and I'll just spend 5-10 minutes just throwing out like a random idea or response to this stuff, and that adds up. And then it's just like, oh, I didn't write today. I unsolicited like wrote other things.
It's genuinely hard to write, just in general, in all genres, just for any reason. It's hard to write when I just have anything that's coming that day at any point that's going to come up, and then like you're like, well, okay, well, not today then probably, or even if you think about doing it today, you're thinking about the time until the thing that's coming up, and then on a macro scale, it's like, well, do I really want to get to work, try to dig down to this project that is going to take me a while to get through if I'm going to be going on a trip in like 2 weeks? Because then that's going to like fuck it all up. I should just do like other smaller, like I should just work on other stuff until then. Then once I get back, then I'm going to be ready. And you just like, there's a billion reasons you can keep not chipping at the thing, and they're all wrong, basically.
Yeah, I mean, the obvious thing is that like, you have to force yourself, even for if it's 5-10 minutes, if that's all you can do. Like otherwise, you won't even do that. Like if you wait for big chunks, it's very rarely going to happen. Big chunks of time,
and all those things can like surprise you, where you're suddenly just kind of going. Yeah,
exactly.
When in doubt, take a shower. And then you'll just suddenly be like, oh, fuck, I'm thinking about stuff now. It'll never be the same topic you're trying to write about, but you'll write something. The number of times, that's legitimately happened like a dozen times where I'm like, I'm going to work on this video essay, but first I should shower. And then I get really fixated on a different video essay topic. And then I maybe sit down and write 500 words about that, and maybe never go back to that ever again after that quick burst.
Writing is very hard. Daydreaming is very easy. And the activities are related, but it's fucking hard to to do this the writing part. And
speaking of, though, the week goes by fast. I have to stay on top of my training for the fight next Friday, but this week's all for Redline. Bruce and Bucky are right by his side as much as they can be. Day in and day out, he's always pushing himself just a little bit more. I don't know where he gets all this energy, but it's clearly serving him well. It's hard to even get him to take a break. Normally, before a fight, we're able to look at his opponent's past fights and find their strengths and weaknesses. If they're a grappler, we know to stay off the ground, that sort of thing. At least for me,
it's like a completely unknown person.
Yeah, some outsiders coming in. That's it.
That's right.
Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do with that? Yeah. At least for me, Bucky knows who I have to face off against, and we can train to prepare myself for fighting Bruce, whose fights are all very well documented. Documented on your face. But Red doesn't have that advantage here, and I imagine Bruce didn't have that advantage before I came down, but it's not like he needed it. Without any prior information, Red's going to need to think on his feet. He has to be ready for anything, for anyone. It's our last training session of the week. Tomorrow's the fight. Red and I have spent a lot of time together this week, in and out of the gym. Well, as much as we can anyways. Since we have different rooms, we're not together all day, every day, or anything like that, but I'm glad he's chosen to train with Bucky and the rest of us. If we took private lessons, I wouldn't be able to see him as often. But with these group lessons, he has to be around the other guys, his friends. Or ex-friends, I guess, especially after what happened earlier this week.
This is super Patreon, like, break, right? Like, they're coming back to this,
it feels like
Okay.
You mean like how everything that they're saying right now seems like an extended recap of everything we already did last session?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like no new information's happened besides the fact that we've gone forward in time, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Including even the recaps of like, yeah, we're not in the same rooms anymore, but blah, blah, blah. It's like,
yeah. Yep.
And yet another mention of the layout of the schedule of the fights. Red must be uncomfortable seeing them so often. Maybe he took group lessons to spend time with me. But that feels selfish to think about, and I hope he didn't make the decision that way. I don't want him to put himself through teasing just for me. Or maybe it's selfish to even assume I'm important enough for him to consider making himself uncomfortable. I need to get out of my head. Training. Focus. Yes.
Yes. Alright, boys, hit the showers. We are done for the day.
Thank fuck. That was a 10-minute plank right before right before a 10-minute wall-sitting cooldown session. My core is killing me.
That's fucking intense. Wow.
Doing all right? As good as I can be. How are you? Nervous? Psst, no shot. I've got tomorrow in the bag. We chat idly as we cool down, stretching each other out to make sure our muscles stay nice and limber.
What do you think, boys?
You giving fun
About
stretching
what?
each other out? I think we should get some actual chairs so we don't have to use the wall.
And I think you should be thanking me that I let you sit at all.
Was that payback for complaining about the time you dropped medicine balls in our abs while we did sit-ups? Oh.
Valid complaint.
Is that
Ow.
even training?
You're gonna need to be more specific about which time you're talking about.
He laughs as we groan. It's a good workout, so all our complaints were lighthearted, but it's still rough.
I'll take your word for it.
Red gets up and starts to gather his things. I've got a nice hot shower with my name on it. You coming, Zan? To the shower with me?
Mm-hmm.
The tier 2 showers are bigger and have actual hot water. They always have... Okay.
I don't get why we're drawing attention to this.
they at some point they decide that they're going to bring it up constantly. That apparently there's no hot water in tier 1 showers. But
they really shouldn't have.
But he's censored by steam in the spray.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little jealous. I've snuck in a few times when tier 1 showers were full, but I don't want to make a habit out of it. Do they really?
I mean, there's no consequences for anything, dude. Go nuts.
I don't know what the consequences would be, but I'm also like, if you could sneak into them, it sounds like they're not really effective as being tier 2 showers, because it makes it sound like you just walk into them whenever you want. As we start to leave, the door opens and someone pokes their head in.
Great news! Holy shit! Hey, coach! There's a fight in the cafeteria! Shit, alright, I'm on my way.
I'm also the cop down here. Bucky runs past us out the door, and right before it closes, a hand catches it, swinging it open again. This is a ruse.
This isn't good.
It's a ruse to get the coach away so that they can beat up Redline.
This is not great.
Oh no, that line makes this sound really rapey.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh hell no. You boys headed to the showers? Probably going together, right? Figures. Everyone would shower together after the gym class,
That's
right? I thought that was a thing.
unless you think you're gonna just not shower.
Okay, man.
Disgusting.
Sure.
Cole was waiting outside the door. He enters with a few other people, blocking us from reaching the door. I would say blocking our exit, to not say the same word again. We just turn around and use the door near the back of the room. Oh, we could just. But they said they did. It would be really funny if they just actually leave the other way and then the scene just ends.
I would dig it. Honestly, that sounds really fucking funny. And he's like, hey, wait, I'm not done being a dick ass to you.
Red and I will have to sift through the rest of our classmates that are standing around behind us. Our classmates. The guys that made fun of Red earlier this week.
I would take them over Cole.
I think they're setting the stage that they might be complicit, or might be they might not actually, the fact that there's witnesses might not actually be protection.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like a level of like, it's still like it's a weird level of like hostility for somebody that hasn't done anything.
I don't know.
I want to hold on to Redline's arm, but I feel like that would only make things worse. I can see his body trembling. Ha! Good one, Cole.
Ah, you like that one, huh? Guess the fuckhole still has the hots for me.
Cole shoves Redline up to the wall. When I move in to intervene, the group of men behind me pull me back. I struggle and strain to try to get free, but there's too many of them holding me in place. Get off me! I yell the words, calling out to someone. Anyone. There's plenty of other people in the halls. Can they not hear me?
Yeah, I guess you're right about witnesses don't matter.
Yeah. I give more resistance, more pulling, but one of them slams a fist at my side. It stings bad, but I settle. I remember what Bucky said earlier this week. Pick my battles, whatever it takes to survive.
Easy, kid. We just want to talk.
Leave us alone.
We're just talking, that's all. That okay with you, fuckhole?
Redline's ears are folded down. He knows better than try to make a break for it. Who knows what they'd do to me if he tried. Cole, I don't want any trouble.
I don't either. I just want to know what the deal is between you and Bruce.
Bruce? He knows. Of course he knows. Bruce has been sticking his neck out for us for a while now.
Yep.
Redline hesitates, looking away from Cole. A deal? We don't have a deal or a...
Really? Because ever since he started hanging out with you two fags, he's been a real fucking asshole.
He's probably still sore from the arm wrestling thing the other day. But when he yelled that word, I felt a chill go down my spine.
So, what's going on? Huh? You're letting him hit it and now you're all best buds? I got it in with the top dog here, okay, Pop? I'm not gonna let some little freak like you ruin that for me.
Hey, Cole, I'm sorry.
Hey, Cole,
The rest of the men holding me back start laughing and taunting Red. He freezes up, trembling against the wall.
Oh, you gonna start crying again?
Again? Red looks like he's about to burst.
Look at his face, he's fucking shaking. What? Spit it out. Say something. Or are you busy thinking about the last time I had you pinned up against the wall like this?
He is not taking the right lesson from Ryan getting fired. No. You should have seen him in class the other day. Dude had such a boner for Bucky. Fuck off. Another punch to the ribs, much harder this time. Red's looking at the ground as the rest of the guys make fun of him.
No way, you're trying to get with a coach? That actually doesn't surprise me. You probably slept with every guy here.
That makes all of you gay. That's... come on.
Yes, but I'm the good type of gay, and he is not.
Like in Rome. He blinks, and I can see tears forming in his eyelids.
Come on, tell me. Who's got the biggest dick? Bet you've got a list somewhere.
You shower together.
Oh, shit. He's actually crying. Are you gonna go tell on me? Something that caught in my throat. Are you gonna go tell on me? Gonna run crying to Bruce? Or maybe you'll go tell Daddy. 'Cause I know he fucking runs the place.
He wishes, dude. He doesn't have family anymore. Why does everyone know his business?
But Zander doesn't.
I writhe in my shackles, taking the punches as I try to get free. It hurts, but I can take it. I need to stop this. Well, I know the scene essentially exists to give Zander this information that we've had for ages now. But I'm like, why is everybody so in the know of the exact dynamic? We all know that Redline's been specifically disowned by his family, even though we don't talk.
Zander is just that incurious of a person, unironically.
That literally everyone else knows everything about Redline.
Mm-hmm. Huh? They died or something?
No, they dropped his ass for being a faggot. Redline's eyes look dead. Shut up. One of them plants a hook across my jaw, hard enough to set me dizzy. I take a few more blows for speaking out of turn. Everything hurts.
I mean, who can blame them? Look at what they have to put up with. A yappy pup who swallows every cock he sees. Let me tell you, dude, I can't keep saying the F word, man. I just can't, I unironically can't do it. I thought it wouldn't bother me that much. I'm serious. I thought I would be able to put on my voice actor hat, but I just fucking...
Yeah, you could just say
I'll be okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Let me tell you, if I was you, if I was a gay, I'd just kill myself. Do us all a favor.
The door swings open and Bucky looks furious.
There wasn't no fight. You all lied to me. Cole!
I'm released as the men holding me scatter, scrambling out the back door. I drop to the floor, clutching my bloody snout. Bucky moves in closer and Cole backs off, holding his hands up as if to show he's unarmed. Redline looks mortified.
What the fuck are you doing? Just chatting with my buddy. What are you doing?
Redline backs away slowly, for 2 steps, then he turns around, stumbling as he sprints out the back door, down the hall.
Zine.
Yep. Never mind me, I guess. I'm just, like, eviscerated over here. I start to run down the hall. It hurts to move. It hurts so fucking much, but I don't care. As I sprint, Bucky yells out a series of numbers. I know exactly what he means.
Yeah, that's a really funny point that, like, Redline is not the person who's physically hurt in this situation. You think Bucky would come in, look at Zan and be like, holy shit, Xander's getting tortured.
Yeah, because he didn't see the scene, so he doesn't even know what he said to Redline. He just knows that Redline took off, which for all we know could have been him just being scared from the physical danger and not because he was specifically being targeted. Because like he walks in on Zan obliterated and like, Zan, you take it. Like he's delegating the job to Zan to get Redline, as if Zan is in a great shape right now. Zan, go catch the fastest person in this entire bunker while injured. Never mind, when there's several doors he can pass through that you can't go follow him through. Like immediately it's a doomed kind of errand. My ribs are aching. Those guys really weren't trying to hold back with those body shots. They probably would have gone further if Bucky didn't intervene. I don't care if I hurt, not right now. Not when Redline needs me. He's been hurting quietly for so long, and he has nobody to help him. So I'll run just as much as I need to until I can find him, until I can give him the love he deserves, until he's not alone. The immersion chamber. I type in the passcode Bucky yelled at me, and the door unlocks. There's no one here. Not at first glance. I charge into the room. Redline! I call out his name. Calling out his name might not help. He's trying to stay hidden. I have to find him. I hurried down the stairs, almost tripping over them. No. This was a terrible place to hide, Redline. They can still find you in here. Oh, this is really well drawn.
Yeah, I'm liking this. Look at that shading, that rendering on like the back. That looks great.
I wonder if it's the same sprite artist or not, because they're doing the same rim lighting in the exact same way. So I was like, but they could just be. I don't know if it's exactly.
You would have I wasn't really paying attention to the sprite arts that much, so.
You've been looking at it for 20 hours.
My brain has been preoccupied with an Australian accent, and you know, and then dreading when the Australian accent is going to jump scare me next. So you'll have to forgive me.
I'm just hopelessly fixated on furry art. Even in the visual novels we play with Toaster, he's like, I don't even look at the pictures. Honestly, I just read. So I don't even like. He doesn't notice the expressions changing and stuff. I'm like, what do you mean? I look at the characters all the time. There he is, sitting on the shoreline, legs tucked against his chest, watching the waves. Red. He flinches when I call his name. Please, don't be afraid of me. No, Red.
No.
Who hurt you? Well, you know who hurt you.
Everyone.
Yeah. I hear him sniffle, and he turns to me, ears perked up, smile on his face. He's gonna power through it.
Hell yeah.
Paranoia. I'm like, that's how Horror Buns draws smiles. It might be Horror Buns mimicking the sprite style with the highlights, but because he's drawing a character that's specifically in the style of the sprites, there's such an overlap that he might be like style morphing.
I think you're onto something, because that shading is very Horror Buns, like on like the chest and the neck and stuff like that. But then like the highlight is very I'll take your word for it that it's like just it's different. So maybe that's trying to match the style of the sprites.
Yeah, I've never seen him draw like that, but it's how all the sprites are drawn. Specifically, it's how Redline's always drawn with the highlights.
Yeah.
I just like being able to recognize style at a glance, so I'm like, I'm not entirely sure here. Hey, Zan! The smile's fake. His ears falter, and he turns back around. Probably so he doesn't have to let me see him like this. Also, people have pointed out that he is in fact half dog, because there was a joke about like the mom flipping a coin every time she gave birth, whether it would be a dog or a hyena, because that was like apparently how it worked.
Yeah, I remember that scene, but I thought the conversation implied that he was all hyena.
Did it? Oh shit!
I don't remember.
Somebody clarified, so I assumed they were right. But also, I've learned from chat that they're wrong all the time. So
yeah,
shit. I'm doubting it now.
Yeah.
I move closer, slowly, calmly, and sit down next to him. Do you want to talk about it? He turns his head down, curling up tight into his knees, and lets out a shaky sigh. Look at that background.
Pretty.
God damn.
Yee.
Someone's ready to work on anime.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like you weren't made for this? Like you're some kind of mistake? I do. But I let him continue. I'm not supposed to be here. Right, the beach is only for tier 3s. That got a chuckle out of him, but the smile fades quick. No, I'm not supposed to be here, like, on this earth with these people. Like, you feel like you don't fit in?
It's a little hard to tell when Zander is joking or not, because, I mean, that's just also a limitation of text and stuff like that. But I thought that the tier 3 line was him, literally just him being, like, analytic. But no, I can see that, like, actually landing if you say it jovially.
Yeah, no, so. it's a decent response. You don't expect Zander to necessarily be joking like that in general, because he doesn't usually do that.
Anyway.
It's more than that. Bigger than that. I don't get people. I don't understand them. I feel like I speak a different language. Sometimes I manage to trick someone into being friends with me, but it never lasts for too long. There's a short pause. What happened with your friends? He lets out another short laugh, then sighs. I don't know. I was too much for them. I thought we were having fun when we hung out, but I guess they just felt sorry for me.
Nightmare, actual nightmare fuel. That's
Yep.
that's horrible.
There's always the fear that like you're in a friend group where everyone's just kind of tolerating you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the creeping doubt that comes back on a regular basis just in general. It's like you think like, oh, everyone's sick of me, or they're just pretending to like me, or like we're a group of people that just kind of ended up together and they all like each other, but I'm just here also, and they're like not gonna do anything about it, but also don't really get what I'm doing here. Like, yay! I think that most of my friends don't like me that much. Yay!
And it's triggered. It's great when it's triggered by you oversharing, and then somebody doesn't react. They only react with 8 out of 10 enthusiasm instead of 9 out of 10. So you're like, oh fuck, they hate me. And then the meltdown happens.
Yup. And then if you say anything about the stuff, you also then like can spiral, whether you're like, okay, well now I've talked about
can't be weird.
Now I've mentioned being unhappy or feeling weird about stuff, and now they're just thinking about that, and now I've made it about that.
Exactly.
When it could have been just a normal, like, just a normal day, and now you're thinking that that's what they're thinking about all the time. Yay!
Yeah, it's great.
And once they decided they were fed up, they just left by staying in the same place. His voice starts to crack. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Redline tightens up more. I pull my arm around his back and pull him into a tight hug as he sobs. Redline is kind of giving this character as autistic talk.
Yes.
Like it's the things you make someone say to indicate that they struggle socially because they're autistic. I don't know if Red has been written that way though, is my only thing. I'm like, he's just friendly and nice and gets along with people. Admittedly, we literally don't see him interact with anyone else. We only see him interact with Bruce, Zander, and Bucky, which is part of the struggle on some level. So we don't know what he looks like interacting with his friends, which kind of, I guess, probably hamstrings the stuff a bit. But he's just like energetic and friendly and positive, and doesn't seem to really show me any signs of somebody that's not really getting his social dynamics that he's in. He's just like, they're just mean to him.
My feeling on it is that's 100% what they're going for. Like with him, they're like trying to like play him up as autistic.
Like the signposting. I don't know if it was written
for that from the beginning, but if he is, he would be like extraordinarily high functioning, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm just also choosing to instead
it's also a
say
slightly weird thing to potentially transition to right after the hate criming. Because I'm like, that's not what they were after you for, Redline. They don't.
Yeah.
This. If anything, that would be his biggest misread of situations if he doesn't understand what was happening just now. Because I don't think it's related to that.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna headcanon this and say I'm interpreting it as he's having a codependent meltdown because it's close enough and is still accurate.
What do you mean by that?
Like he's so desperate to be liked, and he's a huge people pleaser and a huge doormat, and like his self-worth isn't derived entirely by whether other people like need him or whatever. And so when he is not liked, he thinks that he's doing something wrong, so he starts to hyper fixate on that and is like, I'm just going to keep making an effort because it's like a compulsion almost. And so he seems like the person that would like bounce around from different people, as it's like, okay, I fixed this person up enough, but this person hates me a little bit, so now I gotta like try to obsess over them until they like me, type of thing.
Yeah, I've been hearing from a few different people about like rejection sensitivity dysphoria. Is this thing where like someone just like can't really function with the idea, like can't really just let it go that somebody doesn't like them. Like they have to like they completely fixate on it, and they have to do something about it, or they're constantly paranoid that that's what's happening. And it sounds relatable, honestly.
That's another way to look at it. I think is pretty valid. I mean, I've struggled with that before, and like the thought of somebody not liking me borders on like physical pain.
Yes.
Like it's like it makes me want to throw up, and like I just get like tense all over my entire body, and I can't like shake that feeling. It's a lot better for me now when I learned more about it, but like it's rough if you don't really recognize it and don't know that it's wrong.
Yeah. No, I've had days where I have like one bad encounter with somebody that's like in my life in some way, and just having like this pit in my stomach and just being like just viscerally upset for like a while and not really knowing what to do about that or how to process it for like hours. And he was like, oh, this is great, cool.
Or I'd get like insomnia, and I'd be up until like 5 a.m. just replaying conversations over and over and over again, like analyzing like what did I do wrong. And just like going back through weeks of stuff to try and figure it out.
There's like, at this point I've probably like blocked hundreds of people on social media, because I'm like, if this person isn't blocked, they'll ruin my life. Just by me being able to see them again and stuff like that. I'm like nope, can't deal with this in the future. We're just gonna cut this off. Redline tightens up more. I pull my arm around his back and pull him into a tight hug as he sobs. It's just, everything I do feels like a mistake. I don't know which steps to take. Like I was a fuck up since birth. I mean, shit, my parents didn't even mean to have me. I just tagged along for the ride. Right, he was the younger twin. It must have been hard to be not only the youngest and smallest, but also be overshadowed by his entire family.
The extra fries at the bottom of the bag, I think, is what he said earlier. A very cute but very dark thing to say.
It's extremely funny.
Yeah.
The extra fries at the bottom of the bag is a whole person. I feel like that extra description was unnecessary, though. It's like the Redline, his line implies what he means, then Zander recapping us is like,
yeah.
They tried to love me as much as they could. I guess even that doesn't last. Red, what happened with your family? A few more shaky breaths. I hold him as close as I can. Dad and Mom, too, they disowned me. His voice cracks. I came out to them and they just didn't want anything to do with me. Mom said I could keep living with them if I didn't let it show. My dad is kinda an important businessman and they didn't want to get out, you know? So I kept that up for a while. But I guess you know how hard it is to live when you're invisible. All too well. I figured I could keep training up and make my parents proud. Dad really liked that some of his kids got into fighting and all, and it was something I was good at. He lets out a shaky sigh. So I asked my grandpa if I could join FANG, and here I am. Grandpa? Is he? Yeah. My grandpa is the commissioner.
Oh, I thought that it was his dad.
So it's not his dad.
Interesting.
Maybe that's the implication of him having gray fur. Although both of them would have gray fur, actually, by now.
Yeah. How
fucking old is the commissioner? He's ripped.
Yeah,
That's a Dorito-shaped 60-year-old man.
I don't know how much this changes yet, but it's interesting. They might be setting this up to go somewhere different than from this point forward.
Yeah. I was like, maybe he maybe he's not the maybe he's not a homophobe like his son. Then I'm like, wait, he's a grandpa. Of course he's homophobic. That's literally that was just everyone. That's why he's always been so nervous whenever I brought him up. You're hot for my grandpa? Specifically having chosen that option.
Oh no.
I'm hot for grandpa. He gave me special privileges to come down here. Several people are hot for grandpa. I hate to break it to you. I know many people who are hot for grandpa. He gave me special privileges to come down here without having to be scouted beforehand, so you've been under a lot of pressure to do things right. I can't fuck up, Zander. If I lose, I'll get fired, and if I get fired, then you have to go back home.
Is that... I don't know about...
You could do anything else.
Nepotism is a little more corrupt than that, usually. It's not like a... I don't know. It's kind of like he would run cover for, like, Redline. I think that would be more often. Like, he'd be protected. But
that depends, because it feels like he's cruel to him, because it still is the same person, as far as we can tell, that's been seemingly actively making all these fucked up things happen. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out that the real commissioner is, like, tied up, and this is
that is his dad pretending to be the commissioner. It's a double twist, only for us and none of the characters, because no one knows what's happening.
I think it would be fucking awesome, but we'll see.
Just fuck it. Yeah, they're both simultaneously dealing with this, with a history of familial abuse that takes the particular form of, like, and in this case, Xander's had this from his family and from the commissioner. Mm-hmm. The situation where you apply yourself to this huge, challenging thing that takes everything, but no matter what you do, it's never enough, and it's always not enough. And in many ways, it's a misdirection of your energy, because the thing you're proving isn't even related to the problem in the first place.
Yeah.
So they're
desperately doing anything.
Yeah, like they're both trying to become fighters as if that'll solve any unrelated problems. But like, this isn't like the Mighty Ducks, and if you win the hockey game, the cancer kid survives instead of dying, or whatever the fuck happens in sports movies. Like, you'll just have a good fighting record and still have homophobic parents.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny that there's also some pretty deep parallels between these two, because like the commissioner is effectively torturing Zander, and the commissioner seems to be doing the same thing to Redline, and guess we'll see.
Also, seeing them aside next to each other for the first time ever, clothed and whatnot, I'm like, they're so just player one and player two.
Oh my god.
The red and blue shirts and everything, like it's like they're about to go run through a Time Crisis campaign or a Double Dragons campaign.
Oh,
it's always just the red shirt and the blue shirt. Yeah.
That's great.
Red curls up more. I don't have a home to go back to. He threw out my stuff. I don't have a job or anything above ground. I don't have any friends. I don't have any family. I'm not supposed to be here. I pull Redline into a hug, breaking through the shell he's formed around himself. He breaks down and folds over me, sobbing. I'm so sorry. That forces out more sobs out of him, his arms curling around me as he finally accepts the hug. I'm sorry. I only hug tighter. I'm the one that's sorry. I haven't even tried listening to you, caring for you. I've been such a horrible friend to you, Redline. The least I can do is be here for you now.
Say those things out loud. Those were very important for him to hear.
He continually never ever does that. Please, don't apologize. You don't deserve any of this. I'm here. You have me. You have Bruce. You have Bucky and Drayden. You have every character with a sprite, except for Cole and the Commissioner.
And the rat.
That rat's friendly. He just mysteriously doesn't exist, usually.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere, I promise. The words I say only make Redline sob harder. Maybe this is the release he needed. I keep my hold tight. I don't want to let him go. After a while, his cries die down, his arms stained wet from wiping his tears. I had a boyfriend before I came down here. He was really nice, but we had to break up. Said he wanted to keep me safe after I told him about my parents. And I get lonely down here, so you sleep around. I guess I said that a little bluntly, judging by his whine. I just wanted to be good for someone. Then Cole started making a big deal out of it and it felt gross. I wanted that to stop. And it's like not like I don't hear what other people say about me. Earlier this week, Mickey said some stuff, so I'm sorry if it did anything to make you uncomfortable. Hey, those guys can go fuck themselves. You didn't do anything gross or invasive or whatever. I almost killed them for implying that you would. I know you. And that's not you. Let's add a short sigh. Sorry. You don't have to apologize. I'm so tired of this. Tired of feeling like I should be sorry for existing. It feels like everywhere I go, I need to apologize. You, Bucky, Drayden, Bruce. I can't stop wanting to apologize. For what? I don't know. For me. Because they got stuck with me. Some gay, autistic freak.
Okay, I guess they're just
correctly
sort of
identified that that's what the scene was signposted as, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I like being around people.
I mean, the phrase, like, I don't get people or whatever is, like, such a...
Yeah.
Like, that's just a big flag.
It's why,
for
like,
it.
30 seconds into Dungeon Meshi, everyone was like, oh, he's autistic, I get it.
Yep. And
then the season continued to go on. You're like, uh-huh, no, we get it. Oh, yep. And he's really fixated on dogs, and he's got 17 hyperfixations and doesn't socially get along with people. And then people that are on the spectrum really related to, like, Laos, like, encountering his old friend and finding out that his old friend just was never his friend and never liked him, and he never just told him what he didn't like about him. And so he just thought he had a different relationship with this person the entire time. Yeah. And I like being around people, I really do, but all this pressure just builds up. And then it crashes. And then you come here. He looks uncomfortable. You like the beach a lot. When we were kids, my parents took us to our grandpa's beach house a lot. We had some holidays there, a lot of summer vacations. Grandma was sweet. I miss her. This was before I knew I was gay, just a stupid kid. But I was able to be happy. Maybe things were better that way. I'd still have a family. You'd rather have parents that don't love you? Redline looks away. I don't know. He takes a handful of sand and lets it run through his fingers. It felt real, though. The sand collects on the ground. He clenches his empty fist. My whole life, I thought that no matter what happened, I'd still have them. I wanted them to love me so much. But I guess I have to grow up at some point. He sniffles and shakes his head a little bit. Sorry. Thank you for coming after me. I didn't want anyone to see what happened between me and Cole, so I thought being alone would help. Are you okay? They hit you pretty hard. It's nothing I can't handle. You hit me harder on your first day of class. He whines. I feel really bad about that. It's okay, I promise. What's the deal with your friends, anyway? Redline sighs. I was getting too close with them. Maybe I was reading too much into it, I don't know. But I asked Mick out. And he really wasn't about that. Went on this whole tirade about how annoying I was, how they only hung out with me because I was new. Whatever. It's their loss. There's a beat of silence and Redline laughs softly. Hey, listen. I was really, emotional after my last fight, but you don't have to say things like that just to make me feel better. His hand is palmed down in the sand. I place mine on top of it, closing my fingers between his. I think you're great, Red. And I know life is really scary for you right now. But please don't think you're alone in this. He looks to the ground. Then he turns to me. pulling me into a hug. Thank you, Zander. His breathing is shaky, but slow, and the key might still be crying. But his tail is wagging, clear as day. I want to tell you that I love you, but not now. Right now isn't about me. Thank you, Red. We stayed at the beach for a while. Went back and explained everything to Bucky. I had to talk to Drayden about the punches I took. Everything is fine except for the amount of reports Bucky has to file.
I don't think everything is fine, but
no.
I guess
we didn't want to cause too big of a fuss. That would only stress Redline out more. No. You should maximum report the hate crimes when they happen. They're literally targeted for being gay. He shouldn't be getting stressed before this fight.
FANG is like just a unbelievable mess of an organization.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I think this is also why the question of like why Bruce was afraid of being seen around them was so illegible. We're like, is it kayfabe? What's going on? But they're not being filmed. Like, wait, is it homophobia? Because like for most of the story pretty much until the first bad encounter with Cole and Redline, it wasn't even clear that homophobia was like part of the narrative for the most part necessarily, or whether that was whether this was going overall. So you're like, oh, okay. it's becoming like the core thing. It's like and it's like, is that why Bruce was afraid of being seen around? I'm still not entirely clear, but given that that's the consequence of it is that Cole goes after them because of Bruce apparently, then it's like, okay, I guess that was his motivation. I don't know. I think the kayfabe angle is a lot more fun, so I hope it's that. But because that's at least unique to this setting. It's just kayfabe is hard to register when they're not showing up in any media ever. So it's just kayfabe for the other fighters. So you're like, what? I gave him a hug and watched him step onto the elevator. The viewing room is filled with as much frat boy energy as it normally is. Bruce has already taken a seat, leaving one next to him open for me. Hey.
Yo.
Anything interesting happened while I was gone?
Just some commercials. I had to yell at some of these clowns fucking around up front. Dumbass almost broke the TV.
That's not a TV.
Was Red nervous?
He said he wasn't, but probably. He seemed quieter than normal.
After what happened yesterday, I'm not surprised. You still gotta point those guys out for me so I can rip them a new one.
Bucky already dropped a report.
And I'm gonna drop them. Cole too. Getting real fucking sick of him.
You think he's jealous?
What? Of you guys?
You have been hanging around us a lot lately.
Yeah, and? I can have friends. Doesn't give him an excuse to be a bitch to Red.
I feel like the other guys put him up to it. Probably didn't help that you kind of embarrassed him in the cafeteria earlier this week. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think that Cole is a dick.
Yeah,
I would also not
consistent
do this
with his behavior so far.
Yeah, do not do this. Do not undermine Cole being a dick. Then you should have thought twice about calling Red out specifically. Next time I see Cole, we're gonna have a talk.
Just trying to do it in public.
Nah, I'll set us up a ring. See if Red wants to watch. Fuck, Red might actually really like that. That sounds like a great time.
I like to watch. You'll probably want to try to join in.
Red can fight me in the ring only if he can drag Cole's unconscious body out of it.
Don't tell him that, he'll do it. Bruce laughs. He makes a bit of idle chat before the TV dims, preparing the audience for the next fight.
The TV dims? You mean the lights dim? Or something, right?
Yeah, that is
All right.
Yeah, that is confusing. Like the you think the lights would be dimming because the movie is starting, essentially, like in a theater. The TV dims. If they mean fade to black as a transition, then that's Dim is a confusing word to use because dim means the brightness of the screen in like a settings kind of way, not like the screen going dark.
Coming back to the ring, give it up for Raging Redline.
I totally forgot what these characters sounded like. Are we still going with that nickname?
Yeah, that was it. It's on the sheet.
I'm looking at the sheet. It's not on the sheet. Bruce Lee's back.
FANG is a ridiculous org.
Everyone's insane here.
It's crazy.
Redline has such a good fight pose, though.
This is great. I know.
Bruce leans back, hands relaxing behind his head as the feet kick up onto the seat in front of him.
I think that what I love the most about Redline's fight pose is just the way that his head is like turned to us. Yeah. Something about it is really, really fantastic looking.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Glad they're having fun with it.
I just like his shoulders.
It's also nice.
What do you think is going to be wrong with his opponent?
Oh, yeah, we should speculate on this, huh?
Because something's got to be wrong, right? Like they're just fucking with him.
Yeah, they said it was a lightweight. They said he was unknown. So are they bringing back like Ryan? Maybe.
I don't think Ryan. Actually, I don't think Ryan was a lightweight.
I don't remember because he was training with Redline at some point.
Last person was 50 pounds heavier.
Yeah. Is he going to be a robot?
Ryan was going off against the rat. The
rat's a light.
And we noticed that he was bullying the rat while we were injured and with our ribs fucked up, and we were like the co-coach that day. So Ryan and Redline, I don't think interacted really, besides the Redline fucking up and drunkenly talking about all the him being fired. Was that supposed to be autism? He was just drunk though, so it's not. Muddies things a lot.
No.
But the
I don't know.
This one just has a gun.
I don't know clues. Huh?
This one will just have a gun.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a death robot.
Just cut. Yeah, as a battle bot.
Yeah,
like it's just.
We gotta.
You just put him in the little ring with the fucking battle bot. It's got like a spinning blade or something, and he's like, "Redline's really going to have to use his speed to outmaneuver this one." You're like, "What the fuck? What do I do?"
No. We'll step it up. So first, it's like a quarterstaff, then it's a knife, and then if he keeps going, then it's gun. And then if he still keeps going, then it's like a cannon or a missile.
Absurd.
I don't know. It's a catchy name. What can I say?
For those out of the loop, Redline here kept his undefeated streak after a brutal knockout against Jesse a few weeks back.
That's right, Red!
Woo. That was a very Zander.
Let's go, Redline.
Bruce claps hard enough to make everyone in the room flinch. Oh god, a fucking sonic boom.
And now he's back tonight after issuing an open challenge to anyone in the league. And we have it. They're coming from outside of the league. What?
An open challenge. He's fighting a newcomer. That's what Theo said when they announced the fights. Okay, so they're lying again, just like how they're lying about the rivalry between Zander and Bruce.
Word.
Because they're making it sound like Zander is challenging Bruce over and over again when he's actually being, like, actively abused. Maybe I got the script mixed up. Zander, you know how this works, and that it doesn't.
And speak of the devil, here he comes now. Oh, it's the devil.
This is gonna be a fucking tank rolls in. It's gonna be fucking Tremor from Clawstar, a fucking 500-pound dog. Uh-huh.
Yeah, wow.
You're not an outsider.
This is really fucking obvious. I actually feel stupid that I didn't get this. I was so fixated on the lightweight thing. Oh, man. I can't believe I didn't predict that. Damn it.
Okay.
Oh, look at Redline's like, uh-oh face.
Yeah. He is extremely not an outsider. So this is just, that was also a lie. A chill runs down my spine. My heart tanks to the pit of my gut. He had to know this was coming, Cole. So he also has the advantage of knowing it's going to be Redline, as much as that may or may not even matter at that point. So it's just actively unfair.
Yeah, I mean...
Weird, I had this fight scheduled at the same time as Redline's fight against some mystery... Oh...
It's also difficult for me to believe that that information wouldn't have gotten leaked to Redline somehow, because there's no fucking way you could keep that a secret in a room with 900 people.
But also, like, why does he feel the need to antagonize Redline right before the fight if he's going to be able to take it out on him anyway in a real fight? Like, I'm like, I don't...
Yeah, I don't know. No.
Everything goes numb. What's going on? Why is Cole there?
Dude, put it together a little faster, motherfucker.
Redline looks just as surprised as we do. What the fuck? Bruce is leaning forward. He's trembling.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing one of our top heavyweight fighters, Cole.
The crowd goes wild.
Yay!
My head feels dizzy, feels fuzzy, like normal because of all the fur. Cole's going to tear him to pieces. This has to be a joke. There wasn't an open challenge. Redline is supposed to fight a lightweight. What the fuck? We have to go. We have to tell someone. We have to stop this. I stand up, starting for the door. We have to go and find Bucky and find the elevator and take it down and Bucky, Bruce grips my hand. I pull, but I can't move him.
It seems that Cole has accepted Redline's challenge.
Cole charges in. The bell rings. The guy in the room starts cheering. The guy's in the room. Red takes a step back, outside the arena. He doesn't want this fight, but as Cole closes the distance, he tries to hold his ground. That doesn't last long. His little fists pummel into Cole's body, but he manages to get a hold of Red's arm. The arm breaks over the wolf's knee, accompanies by a gruesome snap. I feel my heart jump. Cole got a hold of Red's busted arm now, and pulls him closer. With one look at the body, and an uppercut to the jaw, Red is knocked to the ground. Red! My voice is drowned out by the men cheering for Cole. Red lands on his back, with Cole going down on top of him. I can see his mouth move. I swear I can hear his voice, begging Cole to stop right as a fist smashes into his face.
Look away.
Bruce grips my hand tight as my eyes close. He doesn't want me to see what happens. I can do nothing but let out a desperate cry. 38 seconds. That's all it took. It sounds like it took 2 seconds. The rest of it is FANG being so fucking upsetting that they don't call a fight when someone's arm is broken already.
Like, so FANG is absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah, they're just evil at this point. Like, there's there's no, they're just evil and that's it. Well, no, that's not true. The actual fight only lasted for about 8 seconds. But by then it was clear that Cole had no intention of stopping, and it took another 30 seconds for the security guards to ride the elevator down.
They should be fucking right there. They shouldn't be on top of the elevators.
Also, like, are you televising this? Like, how do you want
what
this?
What the fuck is going on ever with FANG?
How do you
it's a bad
how
shit
are they
organization.
functioning yeah, like it's Squid Game at some point. You're like, this has to be like this has to be like a secret murder cult basement that's just for the private entertainment of like 6 billionaires, right? There's like no one's seeing this in the outside world because like what?
I don't know.
What is this?
And then there are if there are security guards here, why are they never in the hallway to break up the fights?
Yeah, like
shouldn't there have been a security guard when Cole was torturing Redline? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
No, Cole
and Zander.
I was hoping Redline would be smart, but so I'm like, Redline, you need to just fucking run.
Yeah, just immediately
run.
tap, right?
Like, not even tap, like, because that's after his arm gets broken. I mean, like, literally leave the ring in this obviously bullshit match. You're fighting
Leave the circle, start
like,
slamming the elevator button. Make it as obvious as possible that you're submitting.
I also think that Redline can outrun Cole, so I'm just like, if you have to, just fucking do laps till something happens, because get the fuck away from this guy. Oh, man. It took 2 guards to pull Cole off. One of them had to use a stun stick just to make him stop. Bruce wouldn't tell me what the end of the fight looked like, but the men in the room made a big deal about how much blood there was. 38 seconds. That's all it took. That wasn't even the last fight on the card, but Bruce and I left anyway. We should have left earlier, but I think Bruce wanted to see for himself. I still don't know what happened. Red was supposed to fight a newcomer, a lightweight. Or
put it together a little quicker, man. Put it together a little quicker.
Or is this another one of the commissioner's lies? Did Cole set this up? I don't think Cole did anything. Who knows? I feel dizzy. Bruce is going down to find the commissioner. I'm going to meet Red halfway. I'm going to meet Red halfway in the medbay. Halfway?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know what that means.
To the medbay, probably.
Yeah,
like they're rushing to the medbay. Yeah.
Not halfway to the medbay, but halfway in the medbay. But meeting halfway means you're heading to each other, and Red's not conscious or heading to you. So I'm like, that's not what those words mean. Bruce should rip the commissioner's head off. If the
no, that would be illegal. You can't do that.
Yeah, suddenly it's illegal. I want to see him. I need to see him. I don't want to remember him with fear on his face. I need to see him happy just once, just to know everything's okay. Everything's okay. I need to keep telling myself that. The medbay is busy. I guess it would be on a fight night. Right away, I hear a crowd of people shuffling along with the hospital bed. That has to be him. I run to him. He's covered in a sheet. Why is he covered?
Be faster, man.
There's so much blood on the sheet. Red. I follow the bed as it moves into a room, only to be held back by a big doctor.
Out. Doctors only.
It's Bruce in disguise. This is Bruce with a stethoscope. Perfect disguise. No one will figure it. Sorry,
he's got a mask.
I'm breaking the tone, but it's just very funny because it sounded like Bruce. I need to talk to him.
You saw the fight, right? He'll be lucky if he ever talks again. Dude! Doctor! What the fuck?
It's not bedside manner from over here.
Unbelievable. If you want to improve those odds, then don't get in our way.
Please, I just need a minute. The doctor sighs, putting a mask over his face.
What the fuck? Is Cole the doctor? My God.
Yeah.
Milo, come get your little project.
Come get your little project? Is that Drayden's name? Milo Drayden?
I guess so.
He trudges into the room as Drayden comes jogging down the hall.
Zander.
I dive into him, hugging against his body. I need the warmth, the comfort. I need something to keep me here. His arms wrap behind me, and I start sobbing. There's nothing to hold back anymore. I don't think I could if I tried. Please tell me he's going to be okay. I don't like how long it takes Drayden to give his answer.
Let's go to my office, Zander. I gave Drayden some shit for being a bad doctor, but apparently the standards are really low based off of that other guy. Jesus. That was a horrifying thing to picture.
Yeah, Jesus. Like, I've been in the hospital for the last few weeks, and it's like, doctors are extremely, extremely practiced at handling people and knowing... Yeah. It's like all of the fucking popular kids from high school became doctors, and they just are like the most socially adept people on the planet. Yeah. The Dr. House wouldn't exist as a concept. No.
I mean, maybe here, maybe Fang would.
Yeah, they would love House.
See, the problem is he got punched.
We wander through the halls for a few seconds, and I take a seat on the bed there. Drayden hands me a box of tissues.
I didn't see the full picture, but I saw enough.
Is he alive?
Yes. He has a pulse, at least.
That's a rough standard.
That's... Oh, man. But Cole did a lot of damage, Zander.
What about the medicine? That magic shit that healed me.
It doesn't work like that, Zander. Why? It speeds up the healing process, but it can't work perfectly if something is shattered or detached. Oh no!
Would he rip his arm off? Then beat him
Are we
with
gonna
it?
get Cyborg Redline?
Fuck? Oh my god. Cyberpunk Redline. I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
If he pulls through, he's gonna need a lot of work.
If?
I'm sorry, Zander.
He has to.
I know.
I can't fucking lose him. I shouldn't have yelled. I wipe my eyes and hug Drayden, who immediately reciprocates. I'm sorry.
Shh. It's okay. Kane can be rude, but he's the best surgeon we've got. He'll do everything he can.
I hug into Drayden's chest, letting everything out. All this bottled up rage, fear, dread, love. Love. I should have told him I loved him. Why did I wait so long? Why didn't I figure it out sooner?
That's sad.
I wasted so much time hating myself that I didn't let him in. And now I might be too late.
Aww.
I'm a piece of shit. After a few minutes, my sobbing dies down. I can breathe again. The room is spinning a little slower now.
Oh, that's great. Wow, that's a good one. The room is spinning a little slower. Oh, that's good.
Drayden's been holding me tight. And it's helped keeping me from shaking too much. I think he started crying a little bit too, so maybe I was able to help him too. A pager at his hip starts to buzz, and he pulls away, looking down at it. He sniffles and wipes his eyes.
Shit. They need me in another room. Are you gonna be okay?
I let out a shaky breath. I guess so.
I'll be back as soon as I can. Flight nights are busy. We've been asking for more doctors for months now.
Will you be okay? Drayden pauses.
I think I'm a little shaken up right now. I'm mad and confused. But I have a patient to help.
Yeah.
You can stay in my office as long as you need. I'll be back later.
He opens the door.
Oh.
Bruce is right outside, leaning against the wall.
Sorry. I'm really sorry, Bruce, but I have to move.
Drayden budges past, and the dinosaur leans in through the doorway.
Hey. The, commissioner, he's on vacation until next week.
Of course he is.
Bucky's still trying to get a hold of him, but, yeah.
He scratched behind his head. I notice his hoodie has a bit of blood splattered near the collar, and a tear on the side.
Can I...
He breathes in slow and lets out a sigh.
Can you come with me? I don't think either of us should be alone tonight.
I never heard his voice sound this weak before. I slide off the bed. Sure. Bruce says something that I don't fully register. My head feels fuzzy. I don't know what to think. I don't remember half of what Drayden said to me. Redline's in one of these rooms getting pieced back together, I guess, and there's nothing I can do about it. Bye, Red. Yep, they're up in Bruce's bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Whose blood do you think is on him?
I'm gonna say potentially his own. Like maybe he scratched himself out of like anxiety.
That's a third option I didn't think.
It's either that or Cole.
Yeah, I figured. My two things I thought was maybe he forced his way into Redline's room, or if he just fucking obliterated Cole after the match. But yeah, he might have done it to himself with his claws. It didn't specify whose blood it is, just that his hoodie is torn, but that mostly indicates.
Well, that's why I think it could be his claw, maybe.
Yeah. He could have done it.
Probably overreading it.
It could have been all that Cole could manage, or it could have been the doctors ripping him out, like pulling him out of the room.
Yeah.
My legs carry me as I follow Bruce back into his room. Neither of us try to say anything.
Thanks. You can sit wherever. I'll get you a drink.
I float to the couch. After some time, Bruce returns with a glass of water. I'm not thirsty.
Right.
He sits down next to me. Do you know where he is?
The commissioner? No clue. All his guards told me was that he's out for a week.
And you didn't hear anything else? Nothing from doctors or... He lets out a sigh.
No. Did Drayden not...
I shake my head. My eyes are already starting to get wet again. Says if he pulls through, he'll... God, if... I hunker forward, sobbing into my hands. If... There's a chance he won't make it. There's a chance he's going to die tonight. Every time it comes through my thoughts, it settles a little deeper. I might never see him again. What did I do wrong? I could have kept him upstairs just a little longer. Maybe he would have been late and had a chance to escape. I could have run and stopped the fight once we saw how much danger he was in. Once we... I flinch and stand up, backing away from the couch. Bruce tried to pull me into a hug. I wasn't expecting his rough scales dragging across my back. He looks guilty.
Sorry,
Why did you stop me from leaving the room?
Because Cole would kill you too. It would have been immediate. Jesus. What?
When we saw Red, the fight, I wanted to leave.
I told you to look away.
But you didn't want me to leave.
Zan, what could you have possibly done to stop it?
I don't know, I could have tried to get down there.
And then what? Get past the guards? You think Bucky wants to lose two of you in one night?
I lose balance for a second. You could have done something.
You think I didn't try?
Bruce stands up off the couch. His fists are balled. Anything would have been better than just sitting there watching.
What else could I have done, huh? Give me some answers, Zan. I'm dying to know.
He's practically yelling now. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm waiting.
None of this would have happened if you didn't make Cole look like an ass.
What? I was protecting Red.
And look where it got him. You weren't there yesterday, Bruce. Red was crying.
Well, fuck. I'm sorry I stood up for my friend. Loads better than how you've been treating him since you got down here.
My heart stops. That's...
Maybe I should take a page out of your book and ignore the only guy that's been nice to me. Would that make everything better, Zander?
He's moving closer. I have to stand my ground.
Guess I'll tell you now, he's cried over you plenty.
Don't.
You probably knew that, huh? He fucking hates himself, Zan. And what did you do to help?
Fuck off. I lose control, shoving into Bruce. Of course that doesn't work. And he shoves back, slamming my body to the ground.
And now you're wasting time trying to pick a fight with me? Red sure as shit doesn't deserve you.
None of this would have happened if you just let me win a fucking fight. He freezes up, then grabs me by the collar of my shirt, lifting me off the floor. My attempts to get away are useless, even as my shirt starts to tear.
What the fuck are you talking about?
If you just let me win, then I wouldn't have to fight you. You could have been fighting Cole tonight, and I could have been fighting Red, and we could have been dying in the fucking... And he wouldn't be dying in the fucking medbay right now.
You don't know that.
What the fuck do you know? It's your fault he's dead. My body goes numb for a second. The pain doesn't even fully register. I try to suck in air, but nothing comes in. Bruce slammed my body into the wall, his massive form towering over me as he bares his teeth in my face. He's going to kill me. He says nothing, panting as he strangles me. Bruce. I beg. I think I feel blood trickle down my neck. My vision flickers to black. The last thing I see is Bruce's face, staring razor blades through me.
Shit. Shit. Fuck, not again. I didn't mean to.
My fault. This is all my fault. I did this.
Zan? I'm so sorry, Zan. Please.
Please? Zander, please wake up. I've been here before. Different circumstances. I haven't been back in this house in a long time. I wanted to forget what this feels like. I thought I had that chance. But this time, this is worse. You didn't deserve this. Not you, and not Red. I never thought I would grow up to be a killer. I was a pretty happy kid. Stupid, but happy. That's probably better than the alternative. I wised up quick, though.
Happy solstice, sweetie.
So it's all him narrating.
Yeah.
I guess we should swap then.
Sure, why the hell not? This one.
This one's special.
It's huge!
Your father wanted to surprise you.
I always thought big boxes like that were just some fake shit you saw on TV. It was way too narrow to fit a puppy inside of, and definitely too small to be a bike. Oh? A BB rifle. Cool.
Yeah, you and me can go hunting sometime. I'll take you out back and we can shoot a few rounds.
Okay. It's every 10-year-old's dream to kill animals. Thanks, Dad. Who the fuck gets their kid a gun for solstice? But I have to fake it.
What do you say?
Thanks, Dad.
More blood for the blood god.
Maybe now you'll quit getting picked on at school.
Oh,
Start shooting
God.
them.
Wow. God.
No one
That's
fucks with
fucked
that.
up.
No one fucks with that kid. He's packing.
I don't know how to respond to that. Even now. Yeah. They talked about something while I looked to the TV. The local news had a huge church choir singing carols. It was beautiful. Harmonies flowing in and out, bubbling beneath the surface while the melody soars above it all. Is this how I became a musical theater kid? If I didn't know any better, I'd probably have been moved to tears. I wanted to sing in a choir like that. Maybe even do it on TV. I could get rich and famous, then my parents would be proud of me. Oh, it's still me.
I was like, did you disconnect again?
No, it's just my brain did. Dad got off the couch and started for the door.
I'm gonna get bundled up. Let's go shoot some cans.
I guess I must have been distracted by the choir. Didn't even look at him.
Hello? You there?
Huh?
Repeat what I just said to you.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't hear you.
Okay, if you're gonna get sassy with me, then I'll just take this.
His claws were sharper than mine. Nearly broke the TV remote. I'm sorry.
No TV for a week.
Dad?
Go get your clothes on. I'm gonna teach you how to shoot.
He took one last look at the choir and grumbled.
Can't believe they've got men singing like that on TV.
Does anybody have a healthy relationship with fighting in this game? Where they just genuinely just want to be a boxer or whatever for normal reasons and not because they have an abusive family?
No, it's like also the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. The sentence, like, can't believe they have men singing like that on TV is like, that's just so over the top homophobic too. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know. Men's choirs have existed for 200,000 years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, you sing in a choir and you're like the only straight person I know.
Yeah.
Da da
Well,
da da da.
yay. Maybe I wasn't as stupid as I thought I was. Because even then, I knew something was wrong with me. It took me a while to figure out what I was feeling. I mostly remember anger, though as a kid it was even more sadness than anything else. Oh, okay, I guess this is current Bruce reflecting on it, so it should be not me faking a child voice really badly, but not in front of him.
I think the whole story was him reflecting back on it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Never, ever in front of him. I don't know why this one stuck in my head the most. Wasn't even the worst solstice. At least Dad gave me the TV remote back a few days later. Wait, no, he didn't even do that. Mom had to sneak it out from his liquor cabinet. Dad just completely forgot. Lucky for us too, because we both would have gotten in trouble if you remembered.
That's not a good marriage if you can get in trouble.
Yeah. She was kind of like my partner in crime, always helping me sneak around Dad so I wouldn't get in trouble for stupid shit. Maybe she babied me, I don't know. But that was just another day where I came running to her to solve my problems. She protected me. I remember Mom always wore this big, fluffy, purple bathrobe. Dinosaurs don't exactly get the soft daily comforts other people get. But every morning, she made breakfast in her bathrobe and hugged me while I got ready for school. Maybe I just needed something soft to hold. She and Dad never could get me to stop clawing myself up whenever I got nervous.
So you were right, probably.
Probably.
About why he was bleeding.
Yeah. But whenever I felt that fleece robe, shit just calmed me down right away. My blankets had holes. I kept tearing them up in my sleep. But I never once dared to ruin that bathrobe. When I was 12, I asked for one of my own to wear. I bet this didn't go well. One argument, one black eye, and 1 week off of school later. I didn't want one anymore.
Men hate robes. No man would ever be in a robe.
And it got harder to tell what would set him off. Eventually, I just gave up and stopped wanting things.
Hi, honey.
Oh, right. The recital. All of its kids got lined up by a wall, and terrifying start to a sentence there. All of us kids got lined up by a wall after performing so our parents could come pick us up.
This is only our rehearsal for the firing squad.
I wasn't the only one without both their parents, but there were a lot more moms than dads here. Rough. My mom took a while to get to me, not really her fault. There were a lot of people, and I was all the way at the end of the line. I got used to being the black sheep at this point. The other kids were scared of me. Though in their defense, I was pretty big for a middle schooler, so... Mom gave me a hug. It's nice to see someone that likes me for a change. Did you like it?
You did wonderful, Brucey.
I thought I did pretty well, too. I was the only bass, so I laid low underneath the rest of the voices. And not many people really noticed. He hit puberty kind of early to be a bass. Well, okay, 12's probably not that. It's a little bit on the earlier side. Anyway. It's important to have a good foundation to support everyone else. Was Dad able to come?
Oh, honey.
It was obvious how my dad felt about me joining a choir. But seeing any proof of it just made me sad. And then, when I hit puberty after being a bass, do dinosaur children just
Have
naturally
deep voices.
have deep voices? Alright, good to know. And then when I hit puberty, I stopped getting sad and started getting angry instead.
You've left your field of expertise of MMA and you're now in Bird's Court.
Dropped out of choir. Started getting into fights. Principal recommended I get an outlet for my anger, so Dad signed me up for MMA lessons. I think he was finally proud of me.
Do they have MMA lessons for teenagers? Just all martial arts as a concept? That sounds terrifying.
Yeah. Not that I was doing any of that shit for him. I just needed to hit something, and leaving holes in my wall at home would probably lead to some trouble.
I got put in karate to toughen me up. That's fucking weird parent pattern.
Mom wasn't exactly stoked about me joining a gym, but I don't know what to tell her. By 15, I was already about Dad's size. It's tough going through school with the dexterity and social graces of a 45-year-old alcoholic. 3 years later, I was on track to barely graduate high school. Still hadn't finished growing, and even though the MMA lessons were going well, I wasn't exactly a desirable sparring partner. Whatever. I figured something was going to change soon.
Costume change? Got a chain. He's got a fucking chain. Teenage Bruce.
Oh, it's awesome.
Welcome home.
Hi.
I was worried about you. Did you walk home? It sounds like it's really coming down out there.
Yeah, I missed the bus, and I'm soaked.
Detention again?
Yep.
Are you gonna fill me in on what happened this time?
I don't want to piss you off.
Well, just get dried off before your father gets home. Don't want him to...
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I wish you'd at least look at me. For fuck's sake. Even Dad looked at me when he thought about beating my ass. Oh, right. I need you to sign my report card.
Just leave it on the counter.
Well, I don't want to forget it, so you should just sign it right now.
I'll sign it later. Go dry off.
Why the fuck won't she look at me? Mom.
I grabbed her shoulder.
Literally just I grabbed her shoulder as gently as I could, but she flinched anyway. She turned to face me.
Is she
Black
afraid
eyes,
of...
probably. Yeah. Or maybe he looks like his dad too much.
I was thinking it's because he looks like his dad.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, it's black eyes. Okay. Where is he?
Bruce, honey, it's not...
Where the fuck is he?
It was an accident.
And you should have seen it coming sooner. He hit me whenever I pissed him off. So when I saw her with a black eye, it all just sort of clicked. And I guess, looking back, I should have done a better job at taking care of her in this moment. I could have held her and comforted her. But turns out I'm really good at being angry. After all, I'm just a big fucking monster. The door slammed. My heart jumped. But Mom looked horrified. I told myself that I would end this right now. You got 10 seconds to get the fuck out.
I know you aren't talking to me like that. Honey, please, let's just talk.
You aren't gonna put another hand on her.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Move.
He brushed past me and started walking up to his bedroom, bottle of beer still in his hand. He reeked of alcohol, like usual. Hey! I followed him up and tried to pull his shirt back. Get the fuck out!
Fuck off. Bruce, honey.
I don't remember exactly what happened. Dad fought back. He hit hard. I lost control. I don't know. Jesus fuck, Mom! Mom tried to come up and defuse the situation. In our scuffle, she got hit. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was Dad. She fell down the stairs and hit her head on the corner of the railing. She was bleeding bad. She wasn't moving. I don't even know why I turned my back to him. As soon as I did, he kicked hard enough to send me tumbling down after.
Of course you know why you turned your back on him. That just happened.
Yep. My body fell next to hers. I was too mad to notice I broke a rib.
There you go. Mama's boy gets what he wants. You feel good about making a scene, shithead? This is my house. I don't know where you got that attitude, but it's about time you start showing me some respect.
He stumbled down the stairs, mumbling.
Stupid bitch trying to get in my way.
He tried to kick her body. I got in the way. And he just kept kicking. Don't know what she did to deserve it. Or maybe he decided I was a better target. Who knows? I'm fucking useless. I'm a shit son. Everyone's scared of me. I have no friends, no prospects. I've been training for years and I can't even keep my mom from getting hurt. Every kick into my ribs only makes the break worse. But I knew I couldn't move. I made a promise that this stops now. He's not gonna hurt her any longer. After a while, he must have got tired or bored. I don't know. He smashed his bottle over my head for good measure. At least my thick skull is good for something.
Don't ever pull that shit in my house again.
Got it.
I was still clinging to my mom. Kinda hoped he'd just leave us to die. I remember tasting a lot of blood.
I didn't raise my son to be a filthy fucking faggot.
Please, just leave us alone. We'll leave. We'll do whatever it takes, please.
If you didn't try to start shit, none of this would have fucking happened. You killed her. She's always trying to cover your ass. Maybe you should have listened to her. Too late for that now, huh? If you didn't move, I would have hit her. I wouldn't have hit her. She'd be standing here, crying and begging me to let you go. It's your fault she's dead.
That's the one that did it. No more laying around getting kicked. I got up and tackled that piece of shit to the ground. Dad knew how to fight. Not well, and especially not while drunk. But he knew enough. That broken bottle he still had did some damage too. Doesn't matter. None of this matters. Mom's dead, and it's my fault. Go 2 for 2, right? Might as well let out some of this anger I let build up inside me. He put up a fight, but I kept pushing. Eventually got him pinned up against the wall. I wrapped my hands around his neck and strangled him. He swung, stabbed, clawed at me, but nothing he did could stop me.
Damn.
I looked him in the eyes as he died, and I told myself, "You will never hurt me again." What a load of bullshit. I can't get a fucking day away from hearing your voice, Dad. Everything you said to me, everything you did to me, everything you taught me. You broke me. You made me this way, this massive, irredeemable, unlovable monster. I never thought I would grow up to be a killer, but maybe it's in my blood. My head hurts. This is probably Zander.
It's probably me. I was gonna say, yeah.
Yep.
That was brutal. Jesus. So that's why he's down here. Because he killed one of his parents after the other one died, so he has no connection to anything else going on right now.
Yeah.
And that's not going well. They put a lot in all at once. Like they really fucking bottomed out scene to scene to scene.
Yeah.
My head hurts.
Pretty heavy update.
My neck,
imagine if you were waiting for this and this like dropped as a Patreon thing.
Hurts to breathe, which kind of sucks considering how much I need air after Bruce. As I hear someone sobbing before I can fully register where I am.
Please wake up.
Bruce? Ugh. Even saying that fucking hurts. I cough, which proves to be even more painful.
Holy shit, San.
My vision blurs, then clears as I start to breathe more. I see Bruce, hunkered over in front of me. Bruce. I don't even have time to fully see what happened, but Bruce pulls me into him in a hug. He's sobbing.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry, Zander.
He's so big and heavy, but right now he's trying to be careful not to lean on me too much. Every sob shakes the both of us. I wrap both my arms over his back, or try to at least, and hold him as he cries.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I am too. And I'm tired of fighting. If Redline were here, we'd find a way to lighten the mood. But he's not. All we have right now is us. We hold each other and let our sorrow find its home. Wait, that was you?
Please don't be when he... yeah, he's carrying him from the medbay. Okay. Okay. I thought it was going to be a weirder cut, and I was very terrified that it was going to be a longer time cut than this one. Okay, we're good.
I remember there was a period where you were like man, we're nowhere in this game because I showed you the gallery of CGs and how few we had unlocked. I'm like, here we're getting one every 30 seconds. It's like,
you told me this would happen.
It always picks up near the end where it's like, here's every art piece we got.
Yeah. No, I was really fucking terrified for a second when that faded, and I was like, nothing eventful happened over the next week or something. I was
like they're gonna pull it in a time skip.
Yeah. No. But no. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I was pointing out that like the way things go, like there's a
you
could feel
you save the budget.
Yeah, it's also like the writing itself. Like there was a somewhat directionless element to it, and like the first third of that is kind of like finding where it's going and so on. And that's why, like, for example, like there was almost none of the homophobic stuff just to begin with, and a lot of the character stuff kind of just wasn't introduced yet. Like this is in a way the real game kind of starts with Redline's drunken party, and you're like, oh, here's what, like this is the start of the characters actually being their characters and everything. But by the end, you're like, okay, well now you're trying to end the story, so you know exactly where you're going. So like now, you're not gonna you're probably not gonna have any kind of like meandering time skips unless it's like genuinely like, okay, we're out of stuff and we have to wait 2 weeks for everyone to heal now or something.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, it was just a reflex.
You're just afraid of the fades to black at this point.
Yeah.
Bruce doesn't look at me.
Go for it.
After I woke up, he kept apologizing. If only for a few seconds, according to him.
Still bad.
Oh, I was only out for a few seconds, according to him. I moved to his bedroom. I figured getting away from his room was the room he strangled me in would get his mind in order. We sat down and Bruce told me everything. About his parents, about the reason he did what he did. He was shaking the whole time. I remember hearing about that when I was like 9. My parents couldn't imagine that something like that could happen the next town over. They had this weird fascination with telling me about gruesome deaths.
I don't know what to do with that information.
I don't know what to do with that, no.
What? So he would have known about this.
Yeah, he knew the whole time about this apparently, and they have like a chunky life age gap. He was at least 15. Yeah.
This is a lot. Okay, I'm not going to dwell on it, but this is a lot to try and think about. Anyway,
he might have just said it. He might have just said it weird, and it might mean the equivalent of like all parents. Like, like the Jefferson kid got stolen down the street. Like all the scaremongering you do to make your kids behave. All the don't get in van stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to overthink this for right now. Pretty fucked up for a kid to hear that.
His arms are as big as Zander's body.
Yeah, he's proven that many, many times.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty fucked up for a kid to have to go through that. I'm so sorry, Bruce.
It's fine. I mean, fuck, it's not. But, tragedy plus time.
I don't think it's very funny.
Yeah. Maybe another 10 or 15 years.
When I heard about that, I thought that only the dad died. He sighs through gritted teeth.
Yeah. He did. Mom actually made it through. But she was different. I don't blame her. He fucked her up bad. I always heard them yelling and everything, but I guess I thought that's just what adults did. That they'd be all better after that. Obviously, I know better now.
He takes a second before continuing.
Mom's alive, but I can't see her anymore. Took her to the hospital. She was silent the whole time, like she was just waiting for it to end. Anytime we talked, she barely responded at all. Never looked me in the eye. Flinched when I moved too quick. She was scared of me. For good reason. I looked too much like my dad. So, I promised I'd never put her through that again. And I left. I'm sorry.
It's a long time to do. It's a long time to do this voice. Yes.
Give me 30 seconds here.
Okay.
10 seconds on.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper, you can save me with your 11 herbs and spices or whatever.
I'm a little obsessed with the rendering on this arm. I'm like, how the fuck do people draw?
How they do it?
It is so good, and it's flat shading.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that's crazy is that it's
shading,
banded.
But like, yeah, the way that it's like using like cell shading for the 2 layers of shadow, and I'm like, I literally try to do that all the time. I literally have a highlight layer and 2 shadow layers most of the time I'm drawing, and I try to do hard outlines most of the time. But I'm like, that's the 3D-ness of that is like insane. I don't know shapes well enough.
Yeah, it's that, and also the cold colors moving to like the warm colors is like doing a lot here.
Oh
like it's purple on the backside of his arm and like orange on the
it's wild
on the side facing the light. Like good shit.
Amazing amazing arm artist, but that bed's too small.
Yeah,
if it's supposed to be his. I don't know what to say.
She's living with a family friend. I send them money for rent and things every month, so she doesn't have to work.
I'm sorry. Bruce sniffles and wipes his eye.
It's the least I could do for her after everything she tried to do for me. Zander, cut this line. Don't fucking write this.
He's providing for the only person that cared for him, and he can never see her again. Yeah, they just like...
I hate that.
There's a lot of moments where the scene has already cemented the meaning of it, and then the narration just like recaps it essentially.
It's particularly frustrating on this.
This is really rough.
Really
yeah,
this is really good.
Maybe it's his own form of penance. You're like, no, we get it. We definitely get it.
But maybe that's becoming a theme for all of us.
Yeah, a lot of the narration should be cut in moments like that, where it's like, no, you're undercut, you're kneecapping the scene by recapping it. Yeah,
I mean, you could tell I just called it out, like that was a huge speed bump and really took me out of the moment. Like, that's a genuine thing that... Okay, it's fine. I'm out.
Bruce clears his throat.
I've demonstrated my frustration enough. We can just move forward. Anyway, I got off on self-defense. Police saw the state of the house, the state of my mom. The scratching all over the walls helped my case, which point for me, right?
His claws scrape against his arm, and it looks like the skin's about to break. I gently place my hand over his, and the scratching stops.
Sorry.
So you and your mom survived. How did you get by?
I did what I do best, I guess.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's so horror buns that Tremor from Clawstar is the figure on the left. It's literally the character from his game is the shadow on the left.
Funny as shit.
Yeah.
I recognize that.
Sorry. There's a scene.
That's okay. All right, everyone. That's another win for Rex the That's a no. That's a name.
That sounds like a strangely slurry sort of.
And he killed somebody. That's a fucking rough thing to lead into.
Calling him Rex because he's a dinosaur and Reaper because he's literally killed his dad.
Oh,
that's much worse than Raging Redline.
Hang on. Way earlier in the story, was there something about like how they faked his bio or something to sound like he came from a rough part of town? No, they covered it up. Oh, okay. So when he joined FANG, they scrubbed the fact that he's like a murderer, which is why Redline would not know.
That's why Zander went. That was you when he knew the story.
Yeah. That's what I meant to say. Is that's why Zander doesn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
This ended up all working out. Got it. That's 5 in one night. If you bet against him, you're just plain stupid. But maybe, just maybe, your luck's about to turn around. What? I thought you said I'd only have to do 5 tonight. Is there anyone out there that's brave enough to take down the Reaper? Come on, he's all warmed up for you. Just one more.
I'll do it.
I fucking knew it.
Grandpa.
It's Grandpa.
He's an electric type. Mm-hmm. He is fucking jacked. He's huge. It's a giant grandpa. The audience went quiet, all staring at this newcomer with his funny dad voice. You have to do your boy. Maybe I should be the announcer for you.
Go for it.
All right, now we're talking. You boys get a custom while I get you a waiver. The sleazebag announcer strolled. Yes.
Oh my god.
The sleazebag announcer strolled off to his office, a dimly lit space sequestered in the corner of the underground room. Bruce scowled, staring at the old man down.
Is this like the origin of FANG?
Maybe, yeah. It was very surreal watching him disappear from the background to become a sprite.
It was neat. I liked it.
Yeah. Who could that be?
You got a name? So doofy. Rex.
The two men spoke under their breath.
You got a real name? Not one that I can just give out. I suppose I'll have to find it out for myself.
Gonna dox you, son. He wasn't sure what that was supposed to mean.
Who's he?
It's supposed to be Bruce, because for some reason this flashback isn't from Bruce's perspective.
Okay. I've been watching you fight for some time now. This place is beneath you. Don't you want more than this? What, are you a recruiter? Nick will kill you if he hears you trying to scalp his boys. Not his boys. Just you. I'm not here for the hell of it. I entered because there's no other way I could have reached you. Okay. Well, you might want to rethink that. Ain't exactly allowed to throw fights. Oh, I have no intention of letting you.
The old man strips his tank top off, revealing a powerful, toned body underneath.
At the very least, consider this an interview.
Commissioner uses Thundershock.
It could prove to be a good opportunity for you.
It's very effective.
It didn't. Your name and lights, free room and board, healthcare. And if I turn it down, then you can spend the rest of your life underground. Sorry, I just got distracted by the incredible irony of that sentence. then you can spend the rest of your life underground, fighting drunks and licking your wounds.
It's literally underground.
Great.
The younger man wiped the cut on his cheek. The last fighter had done some damage and it was still bleeding.
Think on it.
Bruce's boss returns with some papers and a pen. All right, I got your standard legal papers. You can't sue if you die, yada, 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 because of how I'm kind of being dead. Just sign here, Mr. He takes the pen and scribbles his own name down. Greyfang.
Redline Greyfang.
Redline Greyfang. Harvey Greyfang.
Harvey.
That doesn't sound too scary. I got you covered. Because that's how names work.
Oh, God, dude. That's great.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Last fight of the night. Grandpa Gray is here to put Rex to bed.
That's so fucking good.
Just realized that we were told that Redline's name was Redline Greyfang, and the whole organization's called FANG.
Yeah.
Which probably should have been a hint. Bruce and Harvey both glare at the announcer.
I got 200 on Grandpa.
50 on Bruce.
50.
No, 75.
It sounds like an auction.
The announcer collects the bets while his fighters move to their corners. Bruce feels conflicted.
Lawyer and bookie and announcer.
Yeah, it's just like a spot in a space.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a circle of people around them. That's the level of fight this is.
Yeah.
Bruce feels conflicted. Most fighters down here aren't really in any shape to be fighting. Most people come here because they won't have nowhere else to turn.
This is like bum fights, basically,
yeah,
right?
This is brutal.
Yeah.
Harvey's right. Bruce is overqualified for a place like this. Finding an illegal fighting ring is hard enough to do, let alone finding one that provides an actual challenge. Bruce is here 4 or sometimes 5 nights a week, taping his knuckles up and breaking them over some poor sap's jaw. Between that and working out at the gym, he barely has any time. He's barely able to make rent on time. At least he has a home, a community. He should be grateful for that. Confined to this dingy, dirty cement prison, hiding his life away from everyone on the surface. He's among his own kind. Big, dumb, violent brutes. That's all he is. That's all he knows. And that's all he ever will be. And now some stranger comes down and offers him an out? Too much to bear. You boys ready? The two men glanced at the announcer, then went back to staring at each other. Let's get it on! I think that'll have to be where we stop for tonight. Because this is there's a lot of momentum. I don't think there's any breaks here.
Yeah, this is a reasonable place to pause for a bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
A whole lot of Bruce.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot happened in this section of the game.
You think Redline makes it, or do you think that like fan art of him offering a fry was like
he's like an angel
drawn while crying?
He's like doing it like he's a ghost offering it to Zander or something, and Zander is like dating Bruce, and Zander doesn't notice that the Redline ghost is there.
No.
Yeah. I assume he makes it.
Hope so. I think he's probably missing a limb.
Well,
like something's wrong.
Some got detached.
He said detached. Yeah, that's a bad word. That's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. I want to kill him. Like, I want to kill Harvey. This fucking Kato ass piece of shit motherfucker character.
I'm surprised that nobody hasn't killed him yet, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. See you next time, everybody.
Bye.